Okay, so everything we've covered today, the missing fields, the consent gap, if you go back to the subcontractor example, the wrong CLIN, the rate drift, reconciliation mismatches. So those generally get caught by the same 4 habits. And so we want you to notice what's not on the slide. It's not software, there's not headcount, there's not consultants, although not saying those things can't help here. They definitely can, but it's really a checklist. So we want everyone to review the same way every time instead of improvising it. So you have a second reviewer who didn't draft the invoice. The drafter shouldn't be able to see their own error. Right? That's part of the issue here. So, and that's it's easier said than done. I know it's difficult if you're a really small business and you have to wear a lot of hats. It's normal to go through those growing pains and get to a point where you actually can have a specialized team in place. But nonetheless, we recommend being able to, if you can, bifurcate the role of entering the invoices versus reviewing them. Documentation should be assembled before drafting. So you shouldn't scramble it together reactively after an invoice comes back or gets rejected. And then the one that a lot of firms skip, log the rejections. It's kind of like an AAR, an after action report, but with a finance spin on it, where if you're not learning from these mistakes, they're going to happen eventually. If you're going to be in the industry long enough, if you work on enough contracts, you're going to run into some kind of invoicing issues. And as with any issue you run into for the business, you should be cataloging those and reviewing them regularly. Not because you're a glutton for punishment and you want to keep reliving the mistakes. It's because you want to learn from them and make sure that you don't do the same things moving forward that led to those mistakes in the first place. And that's the essence of it. So I would say if I could give only one of the 4, it's that log. It's really making sure that you've learned from those mistakes, you've changed and improved the processes so that that doesn't happen in the future. Most firms fix the bounced invoice, they resubmit it, they move on. But if that same error comes back 6 invoices later because nobody wrote down why it happened and then made those changes, that's obviously that's something that you can avoid, and that doesn't have an excuse if it keeps repeating. So that's the whole system.